really happy to be back with more of my Thanksgiving prep content, and you know that there is more holiday content coming your way. So if you have ideas or holiday content that you want to see from this channel, leave those all down in the comments below. I have been searching comments. I'm trying to put together my Vlogmas. Yes, you heard that right. I will be participating in Vlogmas, which means one video every day for 25 days in December. I might extend it the full 31 days. We'll have to see how things go, but I need ideas to fill those days. So if there is holiday content or other content even that you just want to see, put that down below and I will be happy to take those requests. So let's go ahead and get into this. We're going to talk about Thanksgiving prep 1 to 2 weeks away. There's a lot that needs to get done in just a short amount of time. We are like a week away from Thanksgiving, so it's approaching quickly. So these are the things that make my Thanksgiving go a little bit more smoothly as I begin to plan and prep. So when I'm about 2 weeks out, that is the time when I start to meal plan. And I don't think that I need to do that any sooner than about 1 to 2 weeks out, because honestly, my family pretty typically just does the same thing. Sometimes we'll get a little bit adventurous and throw like a new appetizer in there, but we're pretty traditional. One year, like I said in my previous prep video, we did do like a Pacific Northwest Thanksgiving with fish and, you know, like Pacific Northwest foods, but most of the time we just do the standard like turkey stuffing, cranberry sauce, mashed potatoes, all that stuff. So just go ahead and start your meal plan about 2 weeks away if you have a pretty standard idea of what you're going to be doing. If you are adventurous each year with your Thanksgiving meal, then maybe give yourself a little bit more lead time. You might want to start at the 3-week mark, but honestly, if you have just the same things every year, you're really only going to need like 1 to 2 weeks to get that done. The next thing that I do when I am about 2 weeks out from Thanksgiving is I start my grocery list. I actually split my grocery list up into perishable and non-perishable items. I will save my perishable list for about 1 week away, and I will shop for all of my non-perishable things. So that's things like my canned goods, anything that's dried. So like even stuffing, like breadcrumbs, I'll go ahead and shop for now. Anything that can be frozen, even I will shop for now. So really those non-perishable items need to be shopped for about 2 weeks out. Also at 2 weeks out, you need to either order or pick your turkey, I would say. And you can put it in the freezer for a week, or you can let it start thawing depending on how frozen it is. If you're gonna be ordering your turkey, like if you order it from a family farm or if you order it online and you're looking for like a really healthy, organic, maybe heirloom type turkey, now is the time to order that. A lot of stores that carry those will actually make you register for one before you pick it up, and the registrations usually close about 2 weeks before Thanksgiving. So make sure that you order your turkey or have a plan to pick it up at 2 weeks out from Thanksgiving. Most of the time we go ahead and de-thaw our turkey about a week away from Thanksgiving. Sometimes we'll start like the Monday before. It just, again, it depends on the size of your turkey. It depends on how frozen it is. There are a lot of factors, how you're gonna thaw it out, those kind of things. So typically I'll start it in the fridge like the Sunday or Monday before Thanksgiving, and then a couple days before we'll give it like a water bath and keep turning it. That kind of thing is a safer way to thaw your meat. The next thing that I always do about 2 weeks out from Thanksgiving is I check my spice inventory. There have been Thanksgivings where we ended up without like Italian seasoning, which is a go-to one for our family. We ended up without any poultry seasoning. We didn't really have everything that we needed. I think we might have been out of cloves one year, and that's a big one for us. So read through those recipes, check your spice inventory, and make sure that you have everything that you need so you are prepared and ready to go and there's no last minute business going on. About a week out is when I will go and purchase the perishable items. So I'll either start like the Thursday before Thanksgiving, so a week out, or I will sometimes leave it till that Monday before. So it really just depends on, you know, how busy your local store is gonna get. If you have maybe daytime hours, I would say you can push it later. I'm not a person who likes to go to the store at like 3 o'clock or whatever when everyone else is there. So I will try to go earlier in the day so that I can get everything I need before the crowds get there. But if you're waiting until like Tuesday or Wednesday before Thanksgiving, you are definitely going to be running into a crowd. So make sure that you get all those perishable items and keep them in the fridge a few days before Thanksgiving. I would say at least 5 days lead time. So about 1 to 2 weeks out from Thanksgiving, I actually prep a lot of the sides. So if there's any pies that need to be prepped, I will prep those, not cook them, and just pop them in the freezer. I will also prep a lot of the sides. So the stuffing can be prepped at least, I would say, like a week out, and then you can freeze it. same with the mashed potatoes, and nothing happens to them. We make a cranberry chutney, and that can just hang out in the fridge for about a week, because the longer that it sits and kind of congeals together, the better that it gets. So those are all things that we prep. If you're making any like specialty breads, those can be all done about a week to 2 weeks out. Any cookies or other desserts that you're making, I would say will definitely cut down on your cook time. There have been years, this is kind of a family tradition, where maybe we will prep things in advance and then we will actually take them out of the freezer 1 to 2 days before Thanksgiving, and we actually put them out in the car, which is hilarious. This is a family tradition of ours, but we put them in the car because it's pretty chilly out there in November. So it's similar to a fridge temperature, not quite as cold, so your stuff will have a chance to thaw, but then you don't necessarily need to have a ton of extra room in your freezer. So that is just kind of a tip from our family to yours if you want to try that one out. The next thing that you want to do anywhere from like 1 to 2 weeks out from Thanksgiving is to take a kitchen inventory. The last thing that you want to be stuck doing on Thanksgiving is going door to door with your neighbors asking if they have a thermometer or a colander that's the right size, all of those things. So you want to check and make sure you have all of the pans that you're going to need, the thermometer for the meats. You want to make sure you have a baster. You want to make sure you have enough serving spoons. You want to just look at all of your big utensils, those kind of things that you're going to be using. A potato peeler. There's one year we forgot to get a new potato peeler. We thought we had one, but it was actually just a piece of junk. And so we had this potato peeler and we had to go door to door asking the neighbors if they had a potato peeler. And of course, most people were using theirs because, you know, Thanksgiving. So make sure you take a good kitchen inventory and check to see that you have everything that you're going to need. And if not, make a plan to either go purchase it or to ask family members to bring those things or to provide you with them. So make a plan to borrow them if you don't have them, purchase them if you don't have them, but make sure you have what you need on the day. About 1 to 2 weeks out, you want to go through your tablecloth stash if you're actually going to be using like a cloth linen tablecloth. My family does, but I also know a lot of people who use the disposable ones, and those look great and work really well, especially if you have little kids. So that's just another tip. So if you want to use the linen ones, we do, because it feels more like a family dinner. We also have used the disposable ones, especially on years when we have lots of little kids. But make sure that you either check your linen tablecloths, make sure those are all washed, prepped, everything that you want to do with them, or make sure that you have picked out the disposable tablecloths that you're going to use, or just give your table a good wipe down if you're just going to use your table surface. So that's another tip for you from me. So the next thing you want to do to prep for Thanksgiving, if you're having guests or, you know, if you're having anyone over to your home, guests overnight or not, you want to make sure that you are prepped and ready for those guests. So you want to clean the areas that they're going to be in if they're staying, or if they're just going to be over to help you cook, you want to make sure that your oven is cleaned out, because that thing is going to get a workout for sure. You want to make sure that your fridge and freezer are cleaned out, because let's face it, we all overcook on Thanksgiving so that we can have leftovers. So you want to make sure that you have enough space, number one, to store the food as everything is being prepped and planned out and going into the oven, that kind of thing, or just be like us and use your car. I mean, all of those things work too, but definitely want to clean out your fridge, because you don't know how many people are going to be in there, and I would hate for people to like walk into my kitchen, open my fridge, and like stuff just fall at them, or just it be a smelly, nasty mess. Just make sure that you are cleaning out your fridge and freezer so that you have all those things going. You want to clean out your bathroom, and I know this might seem like common sense, but if you're gonna have a bunch of people over to your house, you want to make sure that you are scrubbing your shower, scrubbing your toilet. If you live with boys like I do, scrub around your toilet. All of those things need to happen before you go ahead and invite guests over. If that's not something that you know, keep up with on the regular, I would recommend getting this done about 1 to 2 weeks before Thanksgiving, just so that you have that peace of mind and you're not up the Wednesday before Thanksgiving like I was one year scrubbing around your toilet. So that is no fun. So give yourself a little bit of time and go ahead and do that for yourself. About 1 to 2 weeks away from Thanksgiving, you also want to check in on your guests. So you want to confirm who's coming. My family actually uses technology for this. We just go ahead and create a Facebook event so people can change their RSVPs. We might put like a message in that Facebook event so that we can check in and see, you know, are you all still coming? Do you need to change your RSVP? Are you bringing more people? That kind of thing. So we kind of give them that little notification that way, and it's an easy way to reach a lot of people. If not, just send like a mass family text message, or maybe call one by one if that's your jam. I personally can't sit down and make personal phone calls to everybody, so I use like mass communication methods just because my family is huge. So our Thanksgiving ends up being, you know, 10, 15, 20 people. So definitely want to make sure that you confirm who's coming. Also, if you have made assignments for people to bring dishes or to bring anything to your meal, you want to make sure and confirm that they are actually going to bring those things so that your table is perfectly set when you are ready to rock with Thanksgiving. And then the last thing that you want to do, I would say leave this probably till a week, maybe a few days before Thanksgiving, is to create an hourly cooking plan. So I use like an hourly sheet that comes in my Happy Planner. I'll link the one that I like to use down below, but any hourly sheet or even notebook paper where you've written in your own hours will totally work. But you want to make a cooking plan so that you know what's going to go in the oven first, so that you don't have like stuffing sitting out cold while the turkey is still going and you're like 8 o'clock at night still not eating dinner. That could be a hot mess. So just make sure that you have yourself a good cooking plan. You have an idea of what needs to go in the oven or in the fridge. If something needs to set up, make sure that that is in the fridge so it has plenty of time to do that before the meal. So that's what I like to do about 1 to 2 weeks away from my holiday. I am planning to do a Thanksgiving grocery haul for you guys, and then I want to do kind of like vlog style on Thanksgiving to show you how we prep our Thanksgiving meal. So I want to do that for you guys so you can see how everything gets put together. I'm not hosting this year, but I am doing a large portion of it. I'm kind of cooking and bringing. My folks live about 5 minutes away from us. My mom will be working a few days before Thanksgiving, so I will be doing a lot of the prep and bringing it over. I'm kind of hosting, but not really, not having people in my home. So I'm doing a lot of the prep, and I will definitely share that with you guys as I get it done. If there's any Thanksgiving questions that you guys have or video topics that you want to see before the holiday gets here, feel free to leave those down in the comments below, and I would love to answer them or make a video on it for you before Thanksgiving gets here. Also, I'm planning, so I'm a Black Friday shopper. That is my jam. I'm planning to take you guys with me. I'm, again, maybe gonna do like a Black Friday vlog. I thought that would be kind of fun. I haven't vlogged in a really long time, but I thought that that might be in your interest area, so you guys could check that out. So stay tuned for all of those things. So if you are not yet subscribed, make sure that you do that so that you get all of this wonderful content, plus all of my holiday stuff that's coming, plus just all of my regular awesome stuff that I do on the daily. Also, if you are subscribed, make sure that you hit the notification bell so you know when all of this stuff comes out. There've been weird things happening with the subscription boxes, so that's a good way to know what is coming out when. So if you can do those two things, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. If you are, hit the notification bell. That'd be awesome. If you want to connect with me outside of YouTube, I am over on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and all of that is in the description box below. I've also linked some of my favorite Thanksgiving products down below, so if you're looking to do any last minute Thanksgiving prep and shopping, you can check out my links down there. And with that, you guys, by the way, have fun today.